Good evening, everyone, and happy Halloween. Happy birthday to Coach Saban and much more. Alabama gave Coach Saban the best gift he could ask for his birthday today, a shutout win over Mississippi State. Here's how it all went down. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Mac Jones in the shotgun. Play fake goes deep to Devontae Smith. 35-yard touchdown, 10-0 Bama. And Jalen Waddle looks on from the sidelines, a proud teammate. Good to see him in good spirits. A few minutes later, what's better than one Devontae Smith touchdown? How about two? This 53-yard bomb puts the Tide up 17-0 in the first quarter. In the middle of the second quarter, KJ Costello went back to the locker room, and backup quarterback Will Rogers finds himself in trouble. He's sacked right there by Chris Allen. The Alabama defense only allowed 38 yards in the first half. That's the best performance they've had since 2016 in the Iron Bowl. Mac's third touchdown of the first half right there to Devontae Smith. That one's 11 yards, puts up Bama 27-0 at halftime. The Crimson Tide would go on to dominate and win it 41-0. Devontae Smith finished with 203 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns on only 11 receptions. Here's what Coach Saban had to say post-game.
This was a really good win for our team. I was really concerned about this week. We had a lot of guys kind of beat up. A lot of guys had to miss practice. They had to really choose energy over their feelings in this game. And I was really pleased with the way we came out and, played, especially in the first half, especially on defense. We did a good job of controlling the ball on offense, and time of possession was great.
Auburn hosting LSU in the Battle of the Tigers in the second quarter. Bo Nix dumps it off to Eli Stove. 9-yard touchdown for Auburn, 7-0 there on the board first. Later in the second quarter, LSU quarterback T.J. Finley, he's sacked, he loses the ball, and Auburn's Christian Tutt scoops it, runs 20 yards, and scores it. 14-0 Auburn at that point in the game. Finley's second turnover of the game as well. Right before the half, Nix finds a wide open Capers. Another 9-yard touchdown for Auburn, 21-3 at the break. Auburn dominated the second half and won 48-11 over the defending national champions. After the game, Gus Malzahn said his guys played a complete game.
I think we played our best game. They're defending national champs, and they played really well the last 2 weeks. And to dismantle them like we did, I think it says a lot about our overall team, not just the third quarter. But I think we played 4 quarters of football. We played 60 minutes is what we did. And that's what we've been talking about, every game. And we did that today. And like I said, it's going to give us some momentum for the last 4.
Number 5, Georgia playing at Kentucky this afternoon. First quarter with no score. Stetson Bennett on the keeper to his left. That's a 2-yard touchdown. Georgia on the board first, 7-0. Third quarter now. Bulldogs up 7-3. Zamir White right through the middle, 22 yards for the score. White would finish with 136 rushing yards, and that score you just saw. Georgia wins it 14-3, and the Bulldogs defense only gave up 229 total yards to Kentucky. Let's check out some SEC scores from around the league. Ole Miss goes into Nashville and dominates Vandy 54-21. Arkansas falls on the road at College Station to Texas A&M 31-42. And Missouri goes to the Swamp, and Florida holds on against Missouri 41-17. On the national scale, Boston College led number 1 Clemson 28-13 at halftime today. Of course, Clemson was without quarterback Trevor Lawrence due to his positive COVID-19 test earlier this week. Clemson's backup quarterback DJ Uiagalelei. Now, let's try and say that with me. DJ Uiagalelei took a while to get going, but off in the second half, he really went off. The true freshman threw for 342 yards, completing 30 of his 41 passes in the game, and led Clemson to a comeback 34-28 win. After the game, Dabo Swinney said Trevor Lawrence will sit out again next week versus Notre Dame. And last night, former Alabama quarterback Taulia Tagovailoa led Maryland to their first win of the season over Minnesota in overtime. Taulia was 26 for 35 through the air for 394 yards and 3 touchdowns. He also scrambled for 59 yards and 2 scores. Maryland is 1-1 on the year after defeating the Golden Gophers 45-44 last night. So a big win for Taulia and Mike Loxley. While we're talking about the Tagovailoas, Tua will make his starting debut tomorrow at noon for Miami. The Dolphins will face off against the LA Rams, and the game will be televised on Fox. Tua said he plans to be the same player he's always been.
Well, I think my leadership plan is just to be the same, the same Tua I've always been. I don't got to go out yelling at guys. That's just not the way I lead. I'm just going to be me, how I am on the sideline, how I am off the field.
No preseason game, so you didn't get a chance to
pretty much how I'm going to be on the field. We might get into it a little bit with the receivers or the linemen, but I mean, everyone's just so competitive here. That's just the nature of how the game goes sometimes.
I'll have Tua's highlights for you tomorrow night. That's it for sports this evening. I'm William Galloway. Stay with us. We'll be back after this.